Hardline religious group Matei Irgunei Hamikdash, or headquarters of the temple organizations, has a mission to rebuild a Jewish house of worship on Jerusalem's Temple Mount. Currently home to Al-Aqsa Mosque, Islam's third holiest site, the location has been long contested between the two religions. The Jewish group, however, maintains that the location is key for fulfilling biblical prophecies.
It is a new start of the redemption, and we hope that next year or even before we will be on the Temple Mount. The law will come from here. All the 70 nations, they will have a seat in the court, and the law will be the law of the Bible.
On a rainy day before Passover, the organization gathers on a rooftop in the Old City to carry out a controversial practice: ritual sacrifice. Under the watch of high security, the sheep is brought to a secluded area. Religious followers continue to make final preparations.
We're on another milestone in the process of the return of the Jewish people to their homeland.
Young men playing the role of priests dress in biblical-looking clothes. It's now time to begin. Everyone gathers to pray as the priests reenact ancient traditions from the Bible.
The event that takes place here is not an event in itself. It's a practice. It's a training. And people are coming here to learn, to understand.
Out of the eye of the public, the sheep is slaughtered. Its blood is brought out for ritual use.
And maybe this year, and 4 days later, the representative of the groups of the Israelites will come with their lamb to the yards of their temple. We built a kosher altar and start all the ritual of Pesach lambs.
To complete the sacrifice, the lamb is skinned and displayed for the group. The body is cooked to be eaten later that night.
I like to give all honor and praise to the Most High. You know what I mean? And I don't even know what to say about this mess, man. You know, I came across this video. It's about 7 months old. But we see that, you know, this is just a whole bunch of mess right here, man. And, you know, anybody that knows the scriptures and that's truly in the scriptures, we know that, you know, there's no need for animal sacrifices no more, man, because the Messiah shed his blood. But yet still, you know, we had these guys over here committing, you know what I mean, animal sacrifices still, animal rituals, man. And this is a ritual onto the Antichrist, man. I mean, because the Most High is not accepting this mess. He's not accepting no animals, man. So I don't even know why they're doing it. This is all vain, man. So I mean, this is clearly another indicator that they're not the people, man. You know what I mean? And you know, these guys are starting to become a thing of reproach. And when you look at when you scroll through the comment boards where this video was, you know, you even got the Gentiles rebuking them, man. You know, heavy rebuke, man. You know, this is out of order, man. You know what I mean? It's no more animal sacrifices that need to be complete, man. You could do 1,000 goats. You know what I mean? It's still not gonna, you know what I mean? It's still not gonna be accepted by the Most High, man. So I mean, this is the chief house of Amalek, man, doing their animal sacrifice, man, to the Antichrist. This is to the Antichrist, man. I mean, they prepping for the Antichrist right now. I mean, that's their Antichrist coming. And once again, the reason they allowed to, you know, do these things and get away with it is because people don't know the scriptures, man. When people look at, you know, the Jewish people today, they see them and they see that they own everything and they're very wealthy, you know, and powerful. But, you know, if they knew the scriptures, they would know that, you know what I mean? Hey, this is out of order, man. You know? So let's let's bring up a scripture real quick, man. So this is what they like to call hate speech, man. Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. So why is the Most High saying that, man? I mean, so we know the so-called Jewish people today, they're above all nations, man. They're wealthy, they're powerful, they're riding on high right now. Everybody knows that they're the Jewish people. I mean, so why would the Most High say this, especially that last part? I mean, when he says, "I will make them come to and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee," he's talking about a different manner of people, man. You know what I mean? He's talking about his natural branches, because we're the ones out here that's looking bugged out. We're the ones out here that's being despised and reproached, man. You know what I mean? That's in the truth, and you know what I mean? And out here prophesying. I mean, we're the ones that's being out, you know what I mean, out here hated, man. The natural branches is out here being hated, man. And people don't know. So when he comes back and he establishes his stuff, he's gonna let the nations know, hey, these are my natural branches, man. That I love these guys, man. I mean, that you guys reproach so much out here. You know? Oh man. This is what he's talking about, man. You know? Why would he be saying this to the Jewish people today, man? They riding above all nations, man. They're on high right now. You know, and what's happening now, I don't know if you guys been paying attention to the news. You see that, you know, there's been an attack on New Jersey, and they're trying to blame that the attack. Well, they're saying that, you know, the person that did the attack on you know, this Jewish, it was a Jewish supermarket or something like that, or a little market. He was connected to the black Hebrew Israelite camps, and you know, look, we're gonna get into. I'm gonna just play the video, and then I'm gonna speak, man. After.
We are getting our first look at yesterday's attack in Jersey City that left a police officer dead, 2 suspects, and 3 innocent people also killed. This surveillance video shows both shooters hopping out of a stolen U-Haul van with assault-style rifles just minutes after gunning down Jersey City detective Joseph Seals. As they make their way into the kosher market, you can see people running for cover. In the back of that van, authorities say they found a pipe bomb. 3 people inside that store were killed by flying pieces of metal during the gunfire. They've been identified as 49-year-old Miguel Douglas, 32-year-old Mindy Ferentz, a mother of 5, and 24-year-old Moshe Deutsch, the son of prominent activist Abe Deutsch. We are also learning more about the 2 shooters who stormed into that store. David Anderson and Francine Graham were both found dead after that hours-long standoff with police. Sources telling us that Anderson was a one-time follower of the Black Hebrew Israelites, a fringe group labeled as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. Authorities are looking into whether he wrote anti-Semitic and anti-police posts on what appeared to be his social media profiles. Investigators are not yet saying Tuesday's violence was a hate crime, but Jersey City Mayor Stephen Fulop had this to say.
There's no question it was an attack on the Jewish community. There's no other way to interpret it when you look at the facts.
Also today, authorities announced that the 2 shooters may have been involved in another murder. Investigators believe Anderson and Graham killed Uber driver Michael Rumberger. His body was found in the trunk of his car in Bayonne over the weekend. You may recall Detective Seals was looking into that case when he was shot twice in the shoulder and in the head. And as we talk about Detective Seals, there has been an incredible outpouring of support for his family in the last 24 hours. More than 1,500 people.
Stop that mess right there, man. Now, if all my people that's targeted, man, we know how far the FBI goes and these counterintelligence agencies goes to orchestrate these attacks, man. I mean, we know how far in the lengths that they go, man. I don't believe nothing that these fools say, man. This has nothing to do with you being in anybody being in no Hebrew Israelite camp. This is about you speaking the truth, man. This is about you speaking the truth. You don't have to be in no camp. So if you know the truth and you're out there proclaiming it and prophesying, then this applies to you. They're gonna be coming after you too, man. You know. So don't think that this is just directed towards the camps. This is to anybody that's in the truth, man. So we're gonna look at what's happening, man. Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, man. You know what I mean? That's what's going on right now. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up that voice like a trumpet, man. And then we're going to jump to Isaiah 13:2. Lift thee up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt thy voice unto them. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. So that's exactly what's going on right now, man. So every time these these so-called Jewish people come outside, what they're hearing now, they're hearing the natural branches waking up, man. They're hearing, you know what I mean, the dry bones, you know, coming back to life. So every time they come outside, they're hearing like, yo, you're not a Jew, you're this, you're that, you know what I mean? They're being rebuked, man. Not only by the camps, you know what I mean, by the Gentiles too. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The Most High is not letting them walk these streets in peace, man. So it says that they may go into the gates of the nobles. So that means they're gonna go to their you know, their politicians, their mayors, you know, their presidents, whoever's in charge, just their councilmen, and they're gonna tell them, hey man, you know, these niggas out here, you know what I mean, they're becoming a nuisance, man. We have to do something with them. So this is what's happening now, you know, man, and this is all being orchestrated to come down on those speaking the truth, and they're gonna call it anti-Semitism, man. But we know who the biggest killers are, man. We know who the killers are, man. We know the FBI orchestrates a lot of these attacks out here. I mean, if you in the truth, you know what I mean, and you're not blinded, you know the truth, man. You know, they're gonna go into the gates of the nobles because the truth is becoming a nuisance to these guys, man. They can't take it, man. Exalt thy voice onto them, you know what I mean? So they're gonna try to pass laws to like, yo, we gotta get these guys off the streets, man. You know what I mean? And that's what these devils do when you win the truth, man. You know? And this is exactly what's gonna happen now. They're gonna start attacking anybody that in the truth, you know what I mean? That knows their nationality now, man. That's exalting their voice, man. And lifting up their voice, you know what I mean, upon high, man. You know, and these police agencies, they're gonna come to kill us, man. You know what I mean? They're gonna come to murder us, like they've been doing already, covertly. You know, that's what they've been doing. I mean, so they're just gonna make it official now. That's what's happening. You know, these guys. Look, we know how these guys do. We know that these guys will orchestrate things like this in order to eliminate certain groups, man. You know what I mean, they do it. They've done it in the Middle East. They've been doing it for a long time. You know what I mean? The wicked CIA, wicked FBI, they've been doing these things, you know what I mean? Because these guys can't take the truth, man. You know, and they're gonna kill, they're gonna slaughter the innocent, man. You know, they're gonna slaughter the innocent. So I like this picture right here. This is not just directed at the law enforcement. This is directed at, you know, from the top down. You know what I mean? From these guys in suits and ties, coming down to the, you know what I mean? That's trickling down to the you know, to the lowest guy. You know, all these guys are involved, man. You know what I mean? And when you kill innocent, the Most High puts a target on your back, man. You know? There's a target that's gonna be on your back. Let's take a look at that scripture real quick, man. Genesis 4:10. And this is when you know what I mean, Cain had killed Abel. And he said, what hast thou done? This is the Most High questioning Cain. The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. So when the innocent blood gets, you know what I mean, when you slaughter somebody innocent, something happens in the spiritual realm where the Most High hears their blood crying out onto him, man, from the heavens, onto the heavens, man. You know what I mean? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. The Most I can hear that, man. Let's keep going. 2nd Esdras 15:8. I'm gonna focus on the highlighted part. The innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just contain continually, man. So this is what the Most High is hearing all the time. Even elect on the earth, they're asking the Most High. You mean how long? How long? The Most High is here complains continually from the innocent blood, man. That's been on the ground, man. That's been shed. You know what I mean? Revelation 6:9 and 10. And when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls that were slain for the word of the Most High, and for the testimony which they held. The testimony, man. They stayed in the truth, man. They stayed in the truth. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? So that's what's happening, man. That's what's happening to all the innocent blood, man. The Most High is hearing complaints continually, man. You know what I mean? He's hearing complaints continually. And, you know what I mean? These guys that have done these things, man, I mean, you're marked, man. You guys are marked out here, you know what I mean? But you remember the Most High is slow to anger. You know what I mean? Oh, man. I mean, they're not up there talking about, oh, Lord, oh, forgive him, no. They're asking the Lord, when you going to avenge us? When you going to bring judgment upon these devils, man? You know what I mean? To everybody that participated in it, man. The innocent blood cries out, man. The Most High hears, the blood of his saints from the ground crying out to him continually, man. I just like this imagery right here, man. You didn't get away. You're not gonna get away with it, man. When these guys organize their task force to come up against us, man. You know what I mean? For those that's in the truth. You know what I mean? And like I said, you don't have to be part of no camp. You don't have to be in the camps, man. If you're just in the truth, they coming for you, man. And with that being said, man, you know what I mean? I'm going to just leave it at that. I give all honor and praise unto the Most High. You know, I'll keep your armor on, man, because these guys, these guys are coming, man. But you know what the scripture says, when they come, the Most High is going to lift up a standard against them, man. A standard is going to be lifted up against them. They're not going to go unpunished. You know, because we know who the true criminals are here. We know who the real devils are here, man. We know. You know? You know? We know, man. But, we know what these guys do. And the lengths that they go through. You know, and then they want to come in and at the end and be like, oh yeah, we saved the day. No, you organized the whole thing. You deserve to be in damn jail. You're not no hero, man. You organized the whole thing. You sat behind the scenes. You organized the whole thing, and then you try to swoop in like you're gonna save the day. I mean, after all these people done died, get out of here, man. I mean, you guys are gonna be punished for this, man. I mean, we know you devils, man. So all praise to the Most High, man. That's it, man. Matter of fact, I'll just leave on this note. Then I'm gonna be out. It is better to be divided by truth than united in sin. It is better to speak the truth that hurts than falsehood that comfort. It is better to be hated for telling the truth than liked for telling a lie. It is better to stand alone with truth than be wrong with the multitude. All praises to the Most High for that. Now I'm out for real this time.